This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalk signs, lights and reflectors. Finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882, CJ Used Appliances. C Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis.
And you can listen to the podcast version of all of those episodes on there. Plus, if you want to listen to us live and in living sound, that is, you can go to the Spreaker app.
Yeah.
That's Spreaker. And we have a Spreaker station. Just once you download it, just TalkBackLive. One word, TalkBackLive. And you'll see us there. You click, and you'll see us live. And you can listen to us wherever you are, if you're working out on the treadmill, if you're out running, if you're out doing all sorts of errands that you can't watch, you can listen to us there as well. Also, every podcast for the shows will be on there as well. So, Bob, man, without any further ado, I guess we can get it on. Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Yes, we can. And I tell you what, we're going to get it all started, get it all kicked off with the, also said, started saying Metro Drive Report, but you want to be careful folks. You're traveling around anywhere around the Mid-South. You're coming in from Jackson, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, coming down I-40 as you approach Canada Road and the Germantown Parkway, make your way down to San Cooper Boulevard and the flyover, the highest flyover in the state of Tennessee. Folks, you go east and westbound, Covington Pike, Walnut Grove, around the city. Be careful as you make your way into town and around town. All right, and it is now 8:07. Y'all get it on.
Yes, sir.
In the headlines today, we've got it is a brand new year, 2020, and as a matter of fact, it is another decade.
Yeah, new decade.
New decade is upon us now, and I tell you what, folks. The old things that you did in 2019 and the last decade, some people are vowing and saying and promises are made that they're going to do new things. Things are going better and get better and all of that. And we want that to be the case. Well, there's a lot of other things to talk about too. Well, let's talk about it. Josh, there's a lot of things that people can talk about over the holiday season. Folks, if you had some things you want to talk about and how the new year went as far as you're concerned, you can call us about that today as well. The phone numbers and lines are open at 901-213-6020. And along with our topics, whatever we're going to talk about, what we're going to talk about today as well. And, Josh, we've got some interesting things to talk about today. One of the things is, should parents serve jail time for their kids bullying others? What?
Yeah.
How in the world is this going to go off? There's a lot of things parents still got to do, or they have to do. And if they're serving jail time, they won't be able to take care of those things. Well, let's, Josh, what is going on with this story?
Yeah, it's very interesting, man. So, y'all know bullying has always been a hot topic of discussion, if you want to put it that way, right? It's one of those things where, is always controversial. You never want to see, that type of thing happen in school or whatever the case is. And a lot of people have been wondering for years, how can you really stop it, though? It's something that's always been there, bullying. Everybody's experienced it in one way or another. But nowadays it seems to be worse, with social media and everything like that. So people are beginning to wonder, how can we prevent this from happening? There's got to be a way. Well, there's a town that is suggesting that maybe we ought to start arresting these parents of these bullies.
Well, I don't think it's only that town. I think this has been talked about previously by a lot of people across the country. So in this particular town is really
putting it out
they're
there.
really putting their foot down on it.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this being the case across the country, wherever you live, being the law? That's if parents don't raise or is it that parents are not raising their kids right? if they go around bullying other kids, other people? Why are they doing this? What's going on in the mind of these kids when they're bullying other people? What makes them do that? Is it something that the parents are missing? Are they getting their butt spanked or what? Are they not getting their butt spanked?
That's a good question.
What's going on? Why are they doing it? Do you think that what parents can do for their kids or to their kids can stop a lot of this bullying? What do you think? Well, if you make a parent go to jail and they don't want to go to jail, do you think it'll change? Look, you have a clip.
Yes,
on
sir.
this?
Matter of fact, we do have a video that's a show discussing this very topic, and want to get you guys' thoughts on it as well once we come back from watching this video. But y'all take a listen and a watch at this and give us your thoughts on it.
All right, and those who like to listen, take a listen to this as well, and other places that you're listening to us. And after this is over, you can call us 901-213-6020. Take a listen to this.
You've heard the warning, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. But when it comes to youth and bullying, a new law hopes to reduce the epidemic in a much more controversial way by putting the parents of bullies behind bars. Yes, under this new statute, if a kid bullies others in North Tonawanda, their parents will face a potential punishment of a $250 fine and up to a 15-day jail sentence. I'll tell you this. It's going to get people talking.
Yeah.
Because if you're the parent and there's a chance of a 15-day jail sentence, that's quite a deterrent. This is
the audience had a little interest, they think it may be a good idea.
I think, as a parent, I actually have really mixed feelings about this. Obviously, you want your child to be bullied, and this is a horrible situation. But I just don't think that fining or jailing the parent the right thing to do, because I think that the kids who are bullies are often bullied at home. There's often a cycle of violence. There's a reason they're acting out. And I sometimes worry that if you just mandate jail time for a parent or you fine the parent, it's only going to enrage them more. They may take it out of the child even more.
Without even getting into my feelings on this, something you just said is these kids are often bullied at home, which would lead me to think, okay, well then the parents should.
Then they should be.
They should potentially. Because if you're a parent and you're bullying your kid, and your kid is bullying because of the parents,
and I agree
which is not always the case.
But I understand her point. They may just incite more.
I think you could find the parents to make them pay for therapy. You could have them counsel, do family therapy. You could mandate that. But I just don't think that you're going to interrupt a cycle of bullying and violence this way. I think you're going to perpetuate it.
I think my concern would be some parents do everything that they can. I mean, they are really trying. They are crying. Some of them show up at the police station themselves saying, look, I have this kid. I don't know what to do with them. I love them, but I don't know what to do with them. So what do you do in those situations? Or sometimes if you have a vindictive kid. I mean, I hate to say it, and they do something because, you don't want to buy me tennis shoes. I know what I'm going to do. You're going to go to jail. And I don't think
so. So let me say this.
But
let me respond based on what I think this town is thinking. When I first heard this, I thought it was absurd. I thought it was absurd, the concept that one person would go to jail for another person's crimes, even if it is your child. But then the town, through the city school superintendent, said the town hopes to never have to use this law, that it's only there in an extreme case as a potential sort of carrot stick analogy. I'm not saying it's right. What I'm saying is that I don't see this as being the common theme. I think clearly this town has an issue with bullying, and they're clearly not getting the necessary response. And look, whether it's right or wrong, I can see why the town would say, okay, well, let's have this as a potential deterrent. But if you're a parent and you're doing all the right things, I would like to believe that a judge would say, absolutely not. These are great parents. These are model parents. But if you are a parent
who's bullying your kid at home
and who is supporting maybe this child's behavior, that maybe, just maybe, if this child is bullying over and over and over again, it does present.
I think studies show that most bullies come from bullied.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's 100%.
No,
I think there's a certain group that maybe the parents just aren't there for them.
But
for that reason,
helps that. Like this doesn't
In that case, I don't think it does.
Right?
In that
it's
case,
not getting the
I think
family
the
together,
kid is
getting at
better
the
off
root of it.
being forced to do some sort of community service.
Yeah, something that's more constructive. I mean, what if you're a single parent and then putting you in jail for 15 days makes you lose your job?
I don't necessarily agree with this law.
Which parent goes to jail? I mean, I feel like there are a lot of problems with this, even if you put it on the books.
All right, there you have it, and they're still talking about the situation.
A lot of conversation.
Yeah, a lot of conversation going on. What do you think? 901-213-6020. Jail time for parents of bullies.
And real quick, I called a minute ago. If you want to call back,
yeah,
we're now open for that. If you want to hit us up, but go ahead.
Yeah.
We got
now, some people say, well, you know, the parents can train their child or teach their children against this, but it's not going to stop a child from bullying other kids if that child has got it in them to do it. You know what? I don't think a child has it in them to do anything like that. I think if a child... Tim, welcome to the show.
Press 1.
We got
Send a voicemail. Press 2.
Tim, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday. Hang on just a minute, Tim. If the parents do what they're supposed to do, and you put the rod on that child concerning anything like that, I guarantee you that child is not going to continue in the same manner that he was headed, or the same way he was headed. I don't just
now. I'm gonna say this though, by what you're saying, that almost is like you're putting the onus, which it should be on the parents anyway, right? But that may lead to why they want to put him in jail for 15 days.
Well, I mean, the Bible tells us to parents to train up the child in the way that they should go. And when they're old, they will not depart from it.
Yeah, I know that.
I mean, but if so therefore, if you train them the way they're supposed to go, they're not going to depart from it. So to be able to say, okay, well, I don't know. But anyway, let's get to the phone lines. And Tim, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday. How was your holidays?
Happy New Year.
No, absolutely. Well, I worked, but it was good. Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you, sir.
So my initial thoughts on this, first off, one of the things that I believe, especially with the younger generation, plural, is lack of accountability. I don't think anyone's even going to argue that point. I think that's a big issue that we have, is lack of accountability with the younger generations. We have. Are you guys familiar with the term helicopter parents?
Okay, and whoa! The lack of accountability with the young generation. What do you mean, young? Are you saying that the parents need to come on board with the way the young people are doing things, or the parents need to be parents?
Well, no, absolutely. I'd say there's multiple levels to this. I think that the parents, first off, starting out, need to be parents and quit worrying about being their child's friend. That's a huge part of being a parent, is sometimes you have to be the bad guy, sometimes you get to be the good guy. It works both ways. But if parents sit around and go to jail for their kids, if parents go to school and fight every single battle for their child, if parents go and, my girlfriend, for instance, had another parent of a friend call because the kids were joking around, but the problem is her son likes to start, but then can't take it to be finished. So when he ends up crying at home, then she makes the phone calls. And that's a prime example. I'm not justifying any kid. There was nothing, and there was really nothing malicious. It was just.
Well, the thing about that, Tim, I can understand a kid probably starting something and then can't finish it. That's a different story.
Absolutely.
But okay, let's take a look at bullying, though. Do other kids start bullying and then hey, come on, bully me. Come on, bully me. I want you to bully me.
I guess the level of bullying here. The accountability starts with the child. Okay, the child knows right from wrong. Every kid knows. If you're in the school system, public or private, there is an aspect. Now, I understand that people come from all kinds of different walks of life and different situations at home, and some kids come from structure and some kids come without. But there's an aspect of right and wrong that you do understand. Now, if it comes to a point where bullying is gonna lead to some type of criminal charge. I would think at some point you knew what you were doing was wrong.
Yeah.
Is that fairly safe to is that everyone agree upon that?
Yeah.
I think a child would know that they were wrong. So
okay,
putting
but
a parent in
what makes a child feel like, okay, I know that this is wrong? What makes a child think that I could do this and feel good about doing it though without reservations or hesitation? Is it because that area in their lives have not been addressed by their parents? I mean,
absolutely.
Because, so if that area in their life has not been addressed by their parents, then that means their parents has failed that child in that area, or that parent has just said, well, hey, if they can't get it, they can't take it, then they're not a man, or the parents not encouraging their children to not bully, then they should be held responsible for this. And because bullying is one of the number one things in this country and in the school system that people are concerned about.
Yeah.
And if the parents know this already and you don't address this, then yes, I think
jail time.
They need to be held accountable.
Now, because here's the thing. Now, the thing that's been put on the table, and this is in one particular town, but other people have been talking about this, is the 15 days in jail, a big fine,
$215 fine.
Yeah. So,
I think that parents need to be held accountable to a certain point with a child. But like if a child goes and does something where you've actually broken a law, where now that there's a criminal charge, something where someone could be detained or jailed, mm-hmm. I absolutely believe it's the child. It's not necessarily the parent. Okay. And I think that's probably one of the better ways of breaking the system of having parents that don't want to be parents is exactly that. I mean, like, if you're too naive or too crappy of a parent to actually show and guide your child in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Again, you can be a relatively crappy person and know how to skate on the right side of the law. That you and not be a criminal. You can be an ugly person and still not be a criminal.
Yeah,
and that's knowing basic right from wrong. But when you're going to go above and beyond and where you're going to batter another child or do something malicious to another kid, then the accountability has to be on a child. It's the adage of don't touch the hot stove.
Okay, let's put it to this, and then we're gonna get to the next caller. Open the lines up. Look. Yeah, let's say for instance it's not a child. Mm-hmm. Let's say a parent or somebody go out on the street and see somebody on the street and then just start bullying them. And walk up to him and say, "Hey, man, give me your car," or which a lot of people are doing.
Well, that's
a form of bullying because somehow these people didn't get trained and they go out and they break the law. That hey, this is not wrong. A lot of this is coming back from the parents not training their kids, and now they get to the age to where they can force their way upon other people and think that they can take things from other people. Is it bullying when you or I go out on the street and command something from other people that's not ours, or command to do something to other people, or try to do something to other people that we're not supposed to do? That bullying?
That would be theft. that would be theft. But we're calling it.
But is it?
We're calling it a different word.
Is it Is it a adult type of bullying?
I understand what you're saying.
You understand my point?
Yeah.
So if the parents are there, and we've seen this going on a lot of times, so somewhere the parents are out there doing this are not training the kids to do this, and this is why we have a lot of this bullying.
Real quick to kind of the bottom line of what you're saying is that like what you see with criminals, grown up criminals, I'm assuming,
right,
is like the full of bullying.
Yeah.
Like bullying as a child can lead to like you said, what you see it,
in the society. But if adults are doing it, then maybe they're not training their kids to be under control of a lot of adults out there doing this kind of thing as well. But anyway, Tim, we appreciate the call and
take care.
Hope they're going well in Chicago.
Thanks, brother.
All right, 901-213-6020 is the number to call if you want to give your opinion on bullying. What is bullying anyway?
And that's a good question. See, look, here's the thing, right? Real quick, because we were talking about a lot about that.
Yeah.
To me, man, bullying is something that I don't think you're ever really going to eradicate. Mm-hmm. Y'all tell me if you agree or disagree with that. I mean, I feel like it's almost an institution of school, of life. It's going to happen.
Now, it's a part of life.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
It is happening because somewhere something is being neglected.
Yeah.
Why these kids bullying other kids?
But
That's
it's not
normal.
Yeah, and now in the show, right?
And I think a lot of this is going on at home.
Yeah.
They see a lot of this going on. Either the mother of the children are bullying the dad, or either the dad is bullying the mom, and they see this is going on, and they figure it's okay to do it. Or their parents or somebody they know doing this, and the parents are neglecting. Are they neglecting something here in the home when their kids go out and think that bullying's okay? Is it wrong for with one place and other places people have talked about before? Is it wrong for parents to go to jail if their kids are bullying?
And that's the question.
And will the parents? Will this make the parents start paying more attention to their kids and whooping their kids or whatever they have to do to stop their kids from bullying? And along with that, they pay a $215 fine, 15 days in jail. Should a parent go to jail for a child that's bullying?
So,
what do you think? Yeah.
So many good comments. And shout out to y'all. A lot of Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year to everybody. Appreciate that. Thank you. Good to be back.
So, the first one I see here, I see Jed and Greg put the thinking faces on. And that's when the video was going. Verdell says, "Nah, on the jail time, find another way." Then he says, "If you don't know what to do with them, whoop they butts. Don't abuse. But spare the rod, spoil the child."
Yeah.
Frankie says, happy Monday and New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Frankie.
Yes, ma'am. Greg says, don't know about the jail thing, but I think...
Why not?
But I think that getting the parents involved enough will maybe open the door to getting type of counseling.
Oh, come on. Counseling? We want people to get counseling for everything. Turn around this, counseling for this, counseling for that, counseling. We make the counselors rich.
Yeah.
Counselors, you can go to school now to become a counselor in anything. Child abuse. I'm going to go to school, become a counselor on child abuse because a lot of that's going on. I mean, no, if a lot of things are taken care of at home, you wouldn't need a lot of counselors and people to sit down. Sit down and talk to you? Well, what's going on, baby? Why are you beating up and want to beat up on other people? Do you think that's not right?
Look.
What do you think? Lay down here on the couch. Let me talk to you. Well, maybe we can prescribe some medication to you. No. That child needs his butt whipped. That's what that child needs. I'll prescribe some medication, all right.
Look, first of all, what type of meds you going to give to a bully?
I don't know.
They got prescriptions for that now.
They're doing all kinds of things now. But a lot of things we don't need. I don't think we need counseling on. It's just that it needs to be done at home. The reason there's a lot of counseling going on, I think, now I may be wrong. I don't know. But, you have your right to your opinion. The reason I think we have a lot of counseling going on is because a lot of things are not being done the way they're supposed to be done at home.
Call from
Greg.
Greg, Happy New Year. Welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How y'all this morning?
Good. How about you?
Oh man, I'm doing pretty good. Mr. Bob, I'm gonna have to say my piece kind of quick here.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You got you running today, huh?
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. You know.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, man. Now, I mentioned the counseling for this, right?
Okay.
So, you know, we're doing this job as long as I have. You know, I see a lot of things, right? I see a lot of people's interactions with each other, especially parents to kids.
Yeah.
And I'm really convinced that a lot of parents don't know that they're being abusive or quasi-abusive because, you know, a lot of the times parents tend to parent how they were parented, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, whether good or bad, they tend to, you know, take that form of parenting they got and, you know, use it that way.
Yes, that's true.
And I think a lot of these parents don't understand that, you know, some of the stuff that they learned was not right, you know, but they're just doing it simply because, you know. And so I see a lot where the parents are just talking just absolute ridiculously to their children, right? Now, I don't know about those stats they talked about as far as bullying starting at home, being bullied by parents, but I can tell you this, that bullies, from my experience and from the things I've learned through the years, that bullies, there is something wrong. You know, they're expressing their anger or some other shortcomings that they're finding fault with and then projecting it on other people.
Okay.
Right? And I think that's where the counseling comes in because a lot of these parents don't know that they're leading their child into bullying and don't know that they are.
Okay, I can understand, Greg, a child being angry and that type of thing about something or whatever the case may be. But then on the other point, what makes them want to take, their anger and then turn it into another situation and say, hey, I know what I can do with this anger. I'll go out now and just start bullying other people. That's a whole nother topic, situation, subject all by itself, just to go out and say, hey, I'm going to go out and start bullying and pushing around other people because I have a problem and I'm angry.
Well, you know what, though? I think one thing I've noticed, just in society as a whole, any problem, even with crime, whatever you want to say, grown or adolescent, you know, it doesn't matter. There's always a root cause. You know, even with like going, you know, to a whole nother thing where you come to rapists and all child molesters, usually it's something in their past that triggered whatever's going on. And it's not an excuse, but it's just one of those things that seems to happen. So I think it's the same thing with bullying.
Yeah,
I mean, why? That's why I think counseling in its right place is useful when you say, okay, what is the root cause of you behaving this way?
Yeah, well, I think if you're going to get a child or anybody counsel for bullying or whatever, then I think the parent need to address that situation themselves at home. You know, if you whip a child or you spank a child or you chastise your child for situations and things that are going on, you know, then you're going to get it. You knew that you were going to get a spanking. You were going to get whipped. You were going to get punished because of what you did. They would not do it. And I just don't think that, you know, that's the answer with just counseling someone and talking to them. You know, when they started talking about parents spanking their kids and all this other kind of stuff, marks on the kids and kids. Once they started talking about that, then the kids started going to school or to other situations and talking about, my mom whipped me with this and I got marks all over my back and all that other kind of stuff. Man, I used to get marks and stuff everywhere. You talking about stuff like that, man? You know, hey, they will, man. But see, the thing about it is, when they whip you, you knew that, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. When I got a whooping, which was rarely, I was a good child. But at any rate, when I got a whipping, those were the things that that was the thing I was afraid of. I did not want a whipping. So I knew what was going to happen. Yeah. I knew how I felt. And I said, hey, whatever the case is, or whatever the situation is, whatever can stop me from getting a whipping or getting spanked or whatever, I did not want to get it. And so, therefore, kids will behave. So now okay, hold on. Yeah. Now you have parents that are not, say, well, I don't want to whip my child, that type of thing. I think there's a better way. I'll sit down and talk to my child. You're talking too much, and your child's not listening to you anymore. It's gotten boring. Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Okay. Well, Bob, my point is this. Hurt, you've heard the saying, hurt people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of the time, let's say a child is at home with a verbally abusive parent, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or physically abusive parent. Okay. They know, that child knows that I can't get back at my mama or my daddy. I can't do it. So the next available outlet is the public.
But I mean, don't you think the parents are whooping the child because of what they did in public? Okay, so they're whooping the child so that you will not go in public and do these type of things. It's not that you're not supposed to do it in front of the parent. The parents are whooping the child or the children to let them know this is wrong anywhere. You don't do this.
No, Bob,
okay.
I'm not talking about spankings for being disobedient.
Yeah.
Sometimes and I see it. I witness this. There are parents out there that treat their children like crap.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to them like crap. And sometimes the things that's said more so than the spanking hurt worse,
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, Greg. A lot of people are saying things and they're cursing their kids out and calling them every night thing, when the sun's down. And, that type of thing, that's not the right thing either. I mean, if you're going to chastise your child, then get what you're supposed to get.
And I think,
we used to get whipped with belt. We had switches, things like that. We were spanked.
But look,
then they would tell us while they're whipping us why you're getting what you're getting.
And look, here's the thing. I understand the whooping thing, but I think all in all, it's more than that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. And that's clearly, will probably fix some of the problems. But just bullying as a whole, right, when you just look at that.
Yeah.
I think what Greg is saying is probably the cause of a lot of bullies. Can you imagine, you go home every day, you get this verbal beat down for whatever reason. Maybe you got a father that's a drug addict or a mother that's a drug addict or alcoholic or whatever the case is.
Every parent not drug addict. We can't blame that. We can't use that as
I'm not saying every,
all
but
the bullying saying, okay, it's okay to bully because the parents are drug addicts.
It's not it's okay.
And all that kind of stuff.
But it's a reason. See, that's what I'm saying. People confuse reasons for excuses.
Yeah.
But then you have to address it when it's there, know?
Okay.
Because everybody's not a bully.
Right.
But why are these kids bullies and these kids aren't?
Yeah.
So there's got to be a reason.
Yeah. Put the spanking on them. Greg, last comment. What do you think?
But what if they
put the hammer down, buddy?
But look, what if the parents?
I tell you put the hammer down.
I hear that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what if the parents on crack? If your mama daddy on crack, you don't want them with no belt.
We can't bargain or talk about those.
You got to do something about it.
3% that are on cocaine and the rest of them not even whooping their kids. Last comment.
Oh man, hey, look, but all I'm saying is sometimes parents don't understand that they're being abusive. Some of them don't because that's the way they were raised, and that's the way they're raising their children. And those are the ones I'm talking about as far as if they can get them into more involved, and then they can maybe hear from somebody else that, hey, this is harmful to your child, and your child's outlet is everybody else instead of the parent because they either fear or respect or both their parent.
Okay.
So they're not going to, lash out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Greg, hey, we appreciate the call as always.
Good stuff, Dr. Greg.
All right, brothers, I'm going to listen in, man, as I can.
All right. Have a good day, man. All right. 901-213-6020. Do you think bullying, children that are bullying, do you think is wrong? I'm pretty sure you know it's wrong with bullying. But do you think, where do you think the problem comes from? Why are kids bullying? Why? Is it because there's something at home the parents are not doing. Some people think, well, you can't blame it on the parents. The child's a bully. The children, or whatever is bullying other kids. Well, you just can't take it off of the parents either. Mm-hmm. Some people say, well, you can't hold everything responsible on the parent because the child does something. Well, I mean, that's what the parents are for. They're there to raise their kids. They're there to make sure their kids go in the right direction.
That's true.
And if they're bullying other kids, then there is something that's going on at home that the parents are probably missing, or the parents are probably saying, well, hey, that's something, that just, you ever seen other parents, and this was the thing that I saw, you ever seen parents that when they would laugh at little Johnny be about 3 years old, and he'd be doing something, and the mama be sitting there, and then reach her face out, and Johnny reach out and slap the mama, and slap her in the face, and then everybody start laughing. Look at him. He's so grown. He's so cute. And then Daddy will do something, and then he slap Daddy. They said, look at him. He's just a cute ain't he? See, they got it already.
There's a little slapping, baby.
James, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Monday. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, James.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, it's always going to be a group of kids, who are going to bully other kids, man. That's just that's human nature.
Okay.
I don't even put that on the parents, man. They just, when I was in like seventh grade, right? It was I know dudes who was their parents were afraid of them.
Their parents were
whoa. See, you knew kids were in what grade?
I was in like seventh. I'm talking like right out of elementary.
Their parents were afraid of them?
They were for their age. They were bigger dudes, and they were just they were bullies. And I knew like three of them.
So you don't think earlier that the parents saw something or maybe should have seen something and corrected that, and then when a child gets 7 or 8 years old because of their size, they're already bullying their parents? They have their parents afraid of them?
Parents weren't going to whoop them. Parents weren't going to whoop them. If their parents tried to whoop them, it's going to be a fight. But their parents, I used to hang out with these dudes. Their parents would threaten to whoop them, but they wouldn't whoop them.
Wouldn't do nothing.
No. And, man, I remember I was in the 7th grade. I didn't have a penny in my pocket. And that guy pulled up on me in a car. He was like in a Cadillac. He had stole the Cadillac, told me to get in there with him.
Wait, whoa. James, what age?
Man, I think I was 12.
12?
A caddy at 12. Oh, man. Come on.
Yeah, they were way more advanced in the stuff that I wasn't even into, man. He had a car. And all the gas he had was what's in the car because he didn't have any money for gas.
So he's going to ride it till it's over.
No, he learned how to steal it from his older brother who knew how to break the lock.
Wow.
So he went in there, he stole the car, and he was back, came down, and I was a dude that I knew what he was about.
Yeah.
But, I'm saying he was on that level, and now he's in jail now. He wound up killing a guy, but he killed a woman, but
geez.
Yeah, I think he's doing life, but still, I'm saying I was around that guy. I seen that guy beat up some. I used to hang out with the guy in the sense that, hey, I could watch him out. I wanted to take care of my safety. It wasn't a safe move for me to not hang out with the dude. So the guy would come get you. He would come and get you like, hey, come on, man. He's like, what are you talking about? Come on. So you follow. He's whooping some dude's butt, man.
Wow.
So whooping the dude, talking about you gonna take up my tray. You gonna bring me $5 tomorrow, and then he'll look at you and like, look, man. I'm gonna make this dude bring me some money tomorrow. And then next you know, that guy's coming in there in tears and nobody. He's coming in tears. He's taking up the dude's tray.
Man.
You know, I was like, man. So I mean, I had another dude where he's this different dude. I mean, I knew him.
Yeah.
And he beat a dude's gold out of his mouth. He had a gold filling.
James. Oh, he didn't steal the gold.
Not the gold.
Oh,
he beat the guy's gold out, man, and took it. And told the dude, "Better not tell nobody." And now he went to prison too eventually. And these guys were stone cold bullies, man. They would fight three. They would have three fights a day. 3 fights.
Okay, all right, James. Tell me that their parents didn't know about this?
No, because we played. We would play like, say for instance, I'm outside playing. He comes by. I'm finna go to the mall, so I'm not gonna get into that. But anyhow, I would go to the mall with him. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of why I would go. But anyhow, I'll go to the mall with him. I go by his house, so we go by his house first. And his parents would threaten, his mom would be like, telling me, I'm sitting there getting on him about something he did yesterday, and I'm gonna whoop you. And he would stand up to his mother and be like, "You ain't gonna do nothing to me." He didn't use those specific words, but it was gonna be a fight if she did that, and she just left him alone. So them dudes, they were no longer disciplined. Those dudes were treated like they were growns. And a dude was, like I said, his brother was, a brother that's coming out of prison that was giving him. If you take the used to be on those locks, the school locks. Mm-hmm. If you shave all those bumps, on a key, and you leave that bottom, that little knob on it first, it's a little peak at the end of that key. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? You know how a key has all those ridges on it?
Yeah, so you shave all the ridges off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shave it down flat and just leave that last ridge. You can break into any lock. Any lock. Don't matter. Any lock. So all them locks.
Hey, you give it too much.
Don't tell people what to do. Okay. Now.
No, they were breaking into school lockers, rifling through there trying to find money or steal, whatever they could steal. If it was something, if it was a video game or if it was something of value in there, they were still. So I'm talking about 7th grade. I'm talking about where you basically still a kid. These dudes were already doing this. Wow. And if you didn't hang out with them, you became a victim. Mm-hmm. They targeted you. If you was like, I'm going to be a good dude, I'm going to listen to the teachers,
But look.
No, they weren't going to victimize me, though. So,
all that being said, with all of that, right? So what do you think, can anything ever be done? Because it's kind of like I said earlier. Bullying is a thing that always happens, but can anything be done? Should they talk about arresting parents if their kids are caught bullying, or is that a bit too much?
I just find it hard to believe, James, that these parents don't know what's going on with their kids in this particular situation, what you're talking about. It's not like the kid is at home, is quiet and doing all the work around the house, say, what's next, Dad? What's next, Mom, and all this other kind of stuff, and they don't see that bad behavior in that little child, and he out there beating up other kids and leading the pack and everything else, and threatening adults and stealing cars. You mean tell me their parents? Come on, kid.
I did not know all this.
Nah, man, the dude is he was big for his age. What I'm saying is you'd have to be around him, and I'm saying I seen him slap dudes. I seen him rob dudes, force guys to do stuff, beat guys up after school. They tell you, they tell, like, in the school, they be like, yo, man, I'm going to whoop his ass after school. Well,
whoa. Yeah.
I'm going to beat him up after school. And they would do that. They would do it. And they, and then, like I said, if you tried to distance yourself, like I said, yo, bro, you a bad dude, I'm not hanging out with you, they would come after you. Now, they didn't come after me, but I hung out for a couple of A, nobody bothered me because I hung out with him, and B, he would always ask me to hang out with him. I would hang out with him, and I never snitched him out.
But you hung out with him so that he wouldn't beat you up, or were you trying to learn some things?
Well, he didn't beat me up, and I hung out with him. But when he would go on his crime sprees. Right? Yeah, there was always enough, I don't know what they call it. I I don't know what they call that stuff. It was enough candy bars, you know, food.
Y'all were loaded.
Toys. Left. It was. I had plenty of that, so I always got. He made sure I was taken care of. Like, yo, man,
you reap the benefits. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So I wasn't doing anything but hanging out anyhow, so it didn't bother me, and that was between him. So when I would go over to his house, I saw his mother wasn't gonna do nothing to him because his mama wanted to whoop him, and he stayed in so much trouble that it really was. I never got robbed, and I never got. And then when like I said, I had no money.
Yeah.
I knew he didn't have any money like that. And he was riding in the car. He just went and stole the car because he could. And then I sort of, after he started getting into that, more advanced with his stuff, his criminal activity, it became a separation. Okay, because then he started dealing with guys who were in the riding in cars and stuff like that.
Evidently, the whole thing that you're talking about, do you believe that parents should go to jail for their children for bullying?
No, because they didn't have anything to do with it. That was him. That was him just
okay, that was just him. They had they couldn't have done anything at home to train their child to keep their child from doing this or put fear in their child, and by whooping him and making that their child would not have thought, okay, my parents are whooping me and beating me at home. Man, I feel like I can go out here and bully somebody.
No, Bob, he wasn't going to take no whooping, and even if they did whoop him, it wasn't going to affect him. It's some dudes out there. It was actually both of them. And both of them, I found out, as you grow and you ask people, you see people and stuff you ain't seen, and you find out information. Both of them are in jail. Both of them right now.
That's why
I think they're in prison. Yeah, they wound up. Both of them dropped out of high school. I stayed in school. Both of them dropped out, and they got into breaking in.
Okay.
And then one of them.
I think we got
new
it.
occupation.
I think we got it, James. I think we.
Oh yeah. I'm saying then one of them, they wound up getting life sentence or something like that. And the one that beat the guy's gold out, he got a life sentence. I think they said it was an older, they broke into somebody's house. It was an older white woman. She fell down.
James, let me get you the answers, and we're gonna have to go. But somebody left a message for you. They said, so what you're saying is the best way to not be bullied is to become friends with the bully?
Buddies with the bully. Well, I'd rather be his buddy than his target. So,
James,
that's today's lesson.
Call.
All right,
man.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, 901-213-6020.
Look, what's so funny about that? He said he stayed on as long as he could when he was stealing the candy bars and
toys,
and even the Cadillac, the 12-year-old.
Because James got some of it. Oh, boy,
but he said once they started, going too far, he jumped off the train.
Boy, I tell you, what do you think, folks? Should parents go to jail for their kids for bullying? Or do you think, hey, that's not the parent's responsibility? And some people say, what's wrong with you? Well, how is it not the parent's responsibility when their child's going around bullying other people?
I must say,
you mean the parents don't see this at home? They don't see that their kid has a problem? Do you think the parent, this is one of the things that are going on right now as a problem in our schools, that this is the number one thing that parents need to be focused on when they're with their kids? They should know what to do.
And that's what gets me, because James talked about a kid that, talk about a 12-year-old stealing the Cadillac. The parents don't see this Cadillac sitting out in front of the house. How do you not know?
Yeah.
It said, Jimmy, what are you doing with a Cadillac?
Oh, well, I just decided to get me one. Where did you get the money? You're not even old enough to drive. What do you? Oh boy! I mean, no question. I mean, well, maybe he didn't take it home.
Well, he said maybe he borrowed it.
Maybe
from my friend. He riding a bike. He let me borrow his bike.
Yeah, boy, I tell you. But do you think parents should be arrested or go to jail if their kids are bullied?
Hey, now there's another comment. There's another comment here, and not the one I can't read. That GKP, that was hilarious. I can't lie. I was laughing when I read that. But there's another comment he put a little earlier that I didn't read. He said, quote, GKP, train up your child in the way he should go, or you will go to jail.
That's right.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. That's his motto.
And you know, it says that train up a child in the way that they should go. When they're old, they will not. I don't care what you think. They will not depart from it. Some people think, well, you know, the child's being bullied. He can't take care of himself because my child's pushing him around. Then he's just a sissy. No, that's not the way to look at it. Your child should not be out there putting hands on any other child. For what reason? Why? Why do you think that it's okay for your child to go out and bully or push around other kids? It's crazy to even think that that's okay. 901-213-6020. Should parents go to jail if their children are bullied? Should they go to jail for their kids if the child is bullying other people? 7 years old, a guy bullying his parents around, beating his parents up already, and telling them, you better not do that. You're not going to whoop me for this. You know, I'll beat you up. What? Gonna make me talk in tongues.
Also, if you tried to call earlier, you can call in now as well. The phone lines are open.
901-213-6020. And Josh, let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
Right here. And when we come back, we have another big topic. Oh my goodness, man! Well, they're gonna keep rolling in after the first of the year. And Happy New Year to all of you. We're back today, and we got another big topic coming. But you can still comment on the bullying topic. Mm-hmm. Should parents serve jail time for their kids bullying others?
Also, real quick, I want to remind the people. And actually this is my first time bringing it up, but you may see it on the screen there. If you enjoy what we're doing and want to continue to support what we got going on, you can donate to our Cash App. Feel free to do so. Whether it's $1 or $5 or $100, whatever you want to do, feel led to do. You can donate to our Cash App. It's $TalkBackLive. Once again, it's $TalkBackLive. One word, as you see it spelled out right there. If you enjoy and want to support it, that's how you do it right there.
All right. Okay, well, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue our conversation on the bullying and also a new topic that we're going to talk about coming up after the break. Folks, you do not want to miss this one. It is 8:59, 59 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good morning to you on a Monday morning. Yes, we're back. We'll be back after this.
Listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter. Call in now. 901-213-6020. 901-213-6020. Now, here's Bob and Josh.
And welcome back to the show, Talk Back Live with Bob
and Josh.
And it's now 9 o'clock. 9:03. Is that 9:03? 9:03.
Yeah.
3 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock Central. And a very pleasant good morning to you on a Monday morning. Yes, we're back after the New Year's season today. And, hey, a wonderful Christmas and New Year we had. And hope you had the same.
Absolutely.
And everything went well for you. And we're going to get ready to start our next topic off. Starting your day off at 42 degrees, mostly sunny sky. A beautiful day to start your day today. Be careful on the roadways, please, if you're traveling around anywhere around the Mid-South in the Memphis metro area today. Also, what did you do when the New Year came in? Did you honor the New Year's tradition? Did you? Yes, there is a New Year's tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Did you honor it? And the New Year's tradition is on New Year's Day, you start the New Year off right, they say, and they would serve black-eyed peas and the cornbread. They would serve ham hocks or
pig
some
feet.
pig feet or some green vegetable or something. But they said you must have black-eyed peas on New Year's Day. Did you have black-eyed peas on New Year's Day?
Yeah. Now, you know, people may laugh at that, but that's a real thing. If you go to the stores, I guarantee you can find the black-eyed peas.
You would find a whole lot of black-eyed peas leading up to New Year's
Day. They be gone. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they overstock the store because they know that's a tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people buy or eat the black-eyed peas on New Year's. And so was that something you did this year?
I have no clue why, by the way.
Yeah.
But I like black-eyed peas, so hey.
Yeah, black-eyed peas are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But do you eat ham hocks? Do you eat pig feet? Or at least once the year? Yes.
There it is.
Once the year. And just at least once ham hock.
I guarantee you, as far as ham hocks, most people is more than once.
More than once. Yeah. But do you eat ham hocks? Do some people even know what ham hocks are?
Yeah. Do you know what ham hocks
they are?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I eat them, but it's very rarely. It's like I said, it's probably once the year.
Yeah. Okay. All right then.
Yeah, but they're good, but I can't mess with them throughout the year. They're but smoked ham hocks. Yeah, I'm not a pig feet type of guy. I don't know.
You know what? Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Recently, I had pig feet over the holidays, and it's been it's at least been yeah, but it's at least been like 3 or 4 years, at least. And I had them. I'm like, man, they're good, but I honestly would rank a ham hock that, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's not as good as I remember it. It wasn't bad. Now it was good. I enjoyed it, but I'm like, man, ham hock I think got this beat.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're expensive though.
Pig feet,
ham hocks.
Yeah.
They're expensive, but they know people. They're
not expensive as oxtails.
Oh no! Oh gosh, I love oxtails.
Now that's the
my goodness,
the creme de la creme.
Now you just thought of something else I need to eat before we get too far into the new year.
Man.
But thank God for it all. Thank God for another year, new year, and life, health, and strength, and all of those good things. But do you eat ham hocks and black-eyed peas on New Year's Day? Did you? If you didn't, well, you just did.
You just did, yeah. That's all we can say.
That's all I can say. Yeah. I mean, But at any rate, do you believe in that? That makes your year better starting off. I mean, that's just an old tradition. But anyway.
Well, make it better because you're eating something you like.
Yeah. I don't know everybody likes black-eyed peas, though.
Okay, let's see. We got, shout out to all y'all coming in, some more people. I see Paul Williams, former weatherman around here. I think he's ABC now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Charlie Harper, shout out to you.
Hello, Tennessee. Yeah.
Devin, got B.W. Burnett in the building. Dolores, what's happening? Frankie with a comment. For New Year, I had black-eyed peas, greens, and I did have pork, but it was ribs.
Okay.
She said I grilled barbecue ribs and chicken.
Okay, wow, Frankie.
Man, see, Frankie throwing down.
Yeah, wow. She did ribs.
Oh, man.
Okay. GKP work. Thanks for watching. All the others that are watching and that have come in with your comments, thanks for listening and watching.
And GKP, I know you left a link there. I can't click on it. Send me a message. I'm curious what that is.
Yeah, he's probably telling us what he had for New Year's Day. Just come out and tell us, man. Don't leave us a link. Tell us what you had for New Year's Day. I mean, it's not hard to say ham hocks, black-eyed peas, and turnip greens and cabbage. Oh, I had some cabbage.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, over the holiday season.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
Now, I see what it is now, Jay. He posted it on Facebook, too. It's not that, but it's some breaking news in the world of sports.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Tennessee Titans.
Yes, but I'm going to talk about that later.
Okay, yeah.
But, and plus we got another topic.
We got another topic here we want to discuss.
But, breaking news, I know we got a lot of Cowboys fans that watch and listen. Over the weekend, the Cowboys officially fired Jason Garrett, their head coach, which a lot of people had been hoping for a long time. But it was the longest firing process I've ever seen in my life. It was so stupid. Yeah. But anyway, they did it. And now, we have an announcement this morning breaking a few minutes ago.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, the Dallas Cowboys have agreed to terms with their new head coach, Mike McCarthy.
Oh.
Now, if you remember Mike McCarthy.
I've heard that name.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy, big time, long time head coach of the Green Bay Packers. Up until last season, where they fired him after he's been there a long time though, pretty good amount of success.
Yeah.
And now he's the head coach of the Packers. So, of the Cowboys. So,
Cowboys.
What do y'all think, man? Yeah, GKP. I see you put it down there.
Yeah.
He don't like it. I can tell right now. You don't like it, Jay. Who did you want? Who did you want as head coach?
Tell us who did you want as head coach of the Cowboys? And not that we're interested in the Cowboys. My goodness, tighten up,
man.
But anyway,
I cannot tell y'all how proud I was of my team this weekend. And I'm going to get in that later. I'm doing my sports show later on today.
Charlie Harper out of Humboldt, Tennessee says, I ate 2 big ham hocks and brown beans. Oh, come on, Charlie. You need to stop that, brother. You're making me hungry. I love pinto beans.
Yeah, he loves some brown beans.
I love some brown beans and cornbread. Oh, and then he had 2 big ham hocks along with it. Oh, my God. 2 days after New Year's. Oh, he's rubbing it in. Oh, I'll tell you what, folks. That's a good combination. Let me tell you something. Charlie, do you have any more left, brother? I know where you live. Pinto beans, look. Some of my favorite beans are pinto beans and northern beans.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and give me a nice slice of hot self-rising cornbread. Or some people, make the cornbread, what they call that, hot water
cornbread.
On the top of the stove, whatever they used to do with that. And I can't, I can eat it. I don't have a problem with it, but just give me that nice, thick, self-rising cornbread with some pinto beans and northern beans and some of them ham hocks that Charlie's got. Oh, boy. Okay, he said he'll wait to Talk Back Live Sports this afternoon. Talk Back Live Sports may be on before this afternoon. We're going to change some things around, and it may be this morning before that. So stick around on that. And let's go to the phone lines.
Call from?
It's James.
James, welcome to the show. Good morning. On a Monday, and you've stirred up people, man.
You know what? I don't see you guys as chat, man, or whatever. But I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Like I can see you guys show, but I don't see your chat.
Okay, well, go to. You may be watching the watch party, but go to Talk Back Live with Bob
Facebook.
And Josh Facebook page.
Yeah.
Like, click on the.
No, I clicked around last time and I wound up on it. But I'll figure it out. Yes, I don't know.
Okay.
Look, Bob, I got a bone to pick with you now, Bob. Now, come on.
Whoa. What bone?
Is it a ham hock bone?
Ham hock bone? What is it, James?
No, I saw a white dude, right?
Okay.
I'm for real. I saw a white dude. I was down there at Hollywood Fish Market.
Okay. Hollywood Fish Market.
Over there, I was over there. I don't really, I really don't deal with that side of the town, but I was down there for a minute, right?
Okay.
He bought a ham hock.
Oh, man.
And I asked him, I said, what are you going to do with that? He said, I'm going to eat it. I said, you're not going to eat that. And I had heard Bob say that on his show before about ham hocks, and I said, now, I know you season food with them, right?
Yeah.
But you don't eat them.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Bob, you don't eat no ham hock. Now, you telling me you can eat a ham hock, Bob?
Yes, sir, you can. Yes, sir. You can cook most of the salt and seasoning out of it, and you can eat, or you can cook it in, like Charlie had, pinto beans, or you can cook them in any type of beans or greens or cabbage or whatever, and you can take it out of that, put it on your plate, and serve it with your.
It is not only used for seasoning. It's not like
just for seasoning.
Yeah.
No, you can eat it.
Bob, Josh, you eat a ham hock?
Yes, sir. I have plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
With all of that. With all of that.
Look, man. I ain't fronting. We all have plenty of time. Yeah, go ahead.
You eat the whole.
Ain't no plenty of time. That's when I was younger. Yeah.
Plenty of time.
No. Go ahead, James.
Yeah.
No, the white dude told me he finna eat the whole thing. I said, you gonna eat the skin? He said, yep. I said, you gonna eat that skin. Now, you know that skin, you got all that fat.
Yeah.
And he said he finna eat it. Yeah. Now, you telling me you gonna eat that, Bob? with what we know about cholesterol and all that. I just don't believe. Now, that's me.
Yeah.
No, because I couldn't believe, I said, okay, maybe you're going to pull that skin off, cut through that, to some of the pink meat.
Yeah, the meat
and chew on some of that. Yeah. No, he eat it like an apple. So you tell me you guys eat the ham hocks, the whole thing?
Yeah, whenever we do.
Not the bones, but yeah.
We eat the whole thing, and, it's got meat on the inside of it as well as the fat, and, and it's got seasoning, or you can season your way. Now, James, you have some people that literally barbecue ham hocks on their grill, smoke them.
Yeah, put some sauce on.
They cook them up real good. Ham hocks come already smoked, a lot of them. You take and you cook them, and then they get real tender and stuff like that. And once they cook, some people take and season them a little bit more and put them on the grill and smoke it on the grill and let the fire get to them, and then eat them that way with barbecue sauce.
Man, yeah, okay, well, I mean, he looked at me like I was crazy, Bob, when I was asking him that. I said, "Boy, you gonna eat that?"
I wish I could have said that.
He said his mama made him like that, and that he eats him. I said, "Man, I can't." I said, "People eat ham hocks?"
Yeah, and you say he was a white boy.
Yeah, he was a white dude. He was a truck driver, and he bought two of them now, and I just asked him. I said, "You gonna eat that?" Because they sell them, in that place that used to be on your show on the radio.
Shop and Save.
Shop and Save, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell them.
Yeah, they do.
And, I mean, I had never seen nobody buy them. I've used them, or the family has used them to season.
Yeah.
But normally that gets tossed out. You know what I'm saying? Normally nobody don't want to eat that because it's, and then as we learn about cholesterol and fat, and that thing's got a lot of fat in it. So I can see you fishing through it, for the red meat.
Fishing through it.
But I can't see nobody eating that whole junk, man.
No,
that's why you can't do it all the time.
That's the old thing. Yeah, some people afterwards they would say, "I can't believe I ate the whole thing." Eat it, Ralph. Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, but I wouldn't mind though on the. Well, I ain't gonna. I wouldn't go. I'm gonna stop. Because I was gonna say I could see the sisters, eating on them things because that's gonna plump them up. You know what I mean?
Would you stop it, James?
Okay, bro.
See that, James? Why you? Okay. All right.
All right.
The man always got an end game. Okay.
Thanks for the phone call.
All right, man.
Okay, bro.
Oh my goodness, it's the new year, folks.
Same James.
James, the same James. James. Anyway, all right, 901-213-6020. And Josh, do we have time for the other story?
Yes, plenty of time.
All right, let's go to our other story, and it's concerning Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Hands-on gun law.
Yeah, well, I mean, gun law. Yeah, gun policy. So, as y'all know, heading into the new year.
The handgun law for Tennessee.
Yeah.
The handgun law, yeah.
So, heading into the new year, it's been talked about last year. As a matter of fact, it was something that was passed last year when it came to gun laws and things of that nature. There's a new policy in regards to... a new policy in regards to guns and people that buy guns and things of that nature, what they're going to have to go through or not go through in order to get a gun. And a lot of people think, okay, we're making it a little too easy for people to buy guns. And let me know what you think about it, because basically, Bob just
pouring some water.
Yeah.
Water. I'm pouring some water.
Just decided to act up, I guess, right now. But anyway, I got a story here in a minute that we're gonna play. So,
all right, Josh, let's move on with the story. Play the story, and then, folks, we want to get your opinion on what you think about the story. The new the handgun law for Tennessee, the new law. What do you think about it? Take a listen to this, Will it shock some of you? Probably so. Will it not? Probably so. But there are some people that train at gun facilities. They are very upset about this whole new law. You take a listen. Tell us what you think. Take a listen to this.
Good evening. In less than 48 hours, it's going to be a lot easier to get a concealed carry permit right here in Tennessee. Beginning January 1st, you'll be able to take an online course to get that gun permit. News 4's Alan Frio joins us now. Alan, walk us through this process.
Well, I'm going to do that right now, Tom. Taking an online course to get your carry permit, concealed carry permit, makes the process, of course, a lot faster. But it does come with some restrictions. Getting an enhanced open carry permit in Tennessee requires 8 hours of training with live firing to prove you can fire a weapon safely. That part of the gun law remains unchanged. Under Tennessee's new handgun law, a permit to carry a concealed weapon could be obtained after online training for 90 minutes. It allows for concealed carry only. You cannot carry the gun openly. You cannot carry the firearm on a college campus. You must be 21 years old, pass a TBI background check, pay a $65 fee, and it requires no hands-on training. Representative Andy Holt introduced the legislation, which was passed earlier this year. He says he has one goal in mind.
My goal is to put as many guns in the hands of lawful citizens as absolutely possible.
Ken Alexandro of Agape Tactical spoke out against the legislation. He says there are too many unanswered questions when taking an online course, as opposed to taking a class.
In our classes, we have people that ask, well, what's this button? Well, that's the mag release. Or how do you lock the slide to the rear? How do you load it? How do you charge the weapon? There's these questions that are very difficult to answer on an internet class.
But Andy Holt says arming as many lawful people as possible keeps them one step ahead of the bad guys with a gun.
When we put people in a position where they have such a high threshold, such a high bar that they have to leap over before they can, again, exercise what I think is an inherent right, the inherent right to self-defense, then what we do is we put people at a strategic disadvantage.
Now, there are two vendors who have already been approved by the Tennessee Homeland Security, and those two vendors can be found, that information itself can be found on the agency's website. Now, one of the vendors is located in Clarksville. Now, I talked to them earlier today, and they said within the past 2 days, they've gotten at least 300 phone calls about the online course. Tom?
Okay. And 300 phone calls. Well, I wonder were they for the good or for the bad? He just said they got 300 phone calls.
Yeah, ain't no telling what that means. I'm assuming, I don't know, though, because this was before the new year when this story was aired.
Yeah.
I think it was the 30th when it aired, but I'm assuming maybe there's people that were interested in the online class. I don't know, though.
Yeah. Maybe interested in online class or maybe complaining about getting online classes, and then you don't have to go to a gun range to qualify. Mm-hmm. But it's only for a concealed weapon.
Yeah,
and you have to pass background check and all those other good things. Pay a $65 fee, and it's an hour and a half long class. You have to pass the class, but it's concealed to get a concealed weapon. So what do you think, folks? Do you think? And one guy said, hey. He wants as many people get on online and get as many concealed permits through the exam as possible for our safety. Do you think everybody needs handguns? Do you think it'll make the society? You think it'll make the public safe?
Here it is again. Because I think this is insane. I think it's insane, but I'm going to play it again. Listen to this.
Is to put as many guns in the hands of lawful citizens as absolutely possible.
Ken Alex.
And I'm going to go back again. I want y'all to really hear what he's saying there.
Listen.
And it requires no hands-on training. Representative Andy Holt introduced the legislation, which was passed earlier this year. He says he has one goal in mind.
My goal is to put as many guns in the hands of lawful citizens as absolutely possible.
Why? Why? See, this is what I'm saying. Do you know, and this is just me now, this is my personal opinion, but do you know how stupid he sounds? Stupid.
Well, I don't know.
Stupid.
I don't know. Some people wouldn't say that.
Do you know how many of
some
these?
People
and I understand there's going to be people that agree, but do you know how many of these mass shooters that have committed these mass murders in this country own their weapons legally? Most of them.
Well, I mean,
they legally own their weapons.
Listen. There are a lot of crime. There's a lot of crime going on, and people killing other people with guns, but they don't legally have these guns. These guns are stolen.
My point.
Well, listen, these guns are stolen, and they're put in the hands of young people to go out and commit crime, kill other people, especially in the black community.
True. I know that. That's true. But there's a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. The major crimes that have happened, and the mass murders. I know mass murders don't happen as much as your average crime that happens, like in Memphis, where a person shoots another person, right? And a lot of times those people don't legally own those guns. But what I'm saying is, let's not act like as many people as possible to legally have guns. I think that's the dumbest thing you could say.
Yeah,
because look, I know, and this is not an indictment on people that legally have guns and aren't crazy and aren't. Y'all should know, and I don't think I should even have to explain to people those of you that are listening that have guns that I'm not talking about you. But it doesn't matter. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, look, let's say just what Greg said here. I know some more comments came in. But Greg said as many guns as possible. Sounds like somebody wants to start a militia. That's exactly what it sounds. He sounds insane.
Okay. Or is it that he's saying this, that crime is very high and people are breaking into people's homes, threatening people, killing people, and things of that nature, and people have nothing to fight back with? Because the gun law and to go take a gun example at a range or whatever, they make it so difficult for some people to be able to get their guns. And this is one of the problems that people have been saying, that it's so difficult to go to a gun range, and those people are so picky and everything, and it's hard to get a gun. So now the Tennessee has made this new gun law that you can go on and for 90 minutes, take an exam, and you can get your own weapon and your permit, but it's concealed weapon. You can't wear it open in the open, just like you would go here and take a exam. But for the safety of people that are in their homes, they'll now be able to say, I can go and get a weapon, pass an exam, be legal, have my own gun, rather than trying to hide a gun and don't have a license because I couldn't get one. Now I can have one in my home and protect myself. Well, listen, protect myself and my family. This is what some people are doing. Wait a minute, hold on. And protect my family and feel good about having the gun in the home. Now they feel that they can be legally right and things. This is the way a lot of people feel. And, so for people to feel that way and be able to get their gun, and some people look at it, well, you shouldn't have a gun, that's for killing.
Well, I don't believe that.
No, listen.
Yeah.
It's not for killing people. It's for, on the other hand, it could be for protecting yourself. Because these days, there's people that break it. They don't care who home they go into now.
That's true.
I mean, they go anywhere, any place, any home. They just don't care.
But look, here's the thing. And that stuff's always happened. People always been breaking into houses.
Okay, so what do?
You can get a gun. You can always get a gun. I'm like this. Most of the people that are complaining and that are whining and crying, and I'll go as far as to say that, about gun laws and being too difficult to get a gun, are the gun enthusiasts, the people that want to have a ton of guns for no good reason, the people that go to gun shows just to get, shotguns and rifles and pistols or whatever the case is. To me, it should be hard to get a gun. You know why? Because a gun is a dangerous weapon. And if you can't pass the qualifications, you shouldn't have one. Look, if you can go on, I don't care if it's concealed or not, if you can get and pass a test and get a gun, you have a dangerous weapon you don't have a clue how to use. You don't have a clue how to use unless you've had some type of training previously. And I should already have one, but that's a whole nother thing. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's okay for people to, and look, there's nothing wrong, GKP. There's nothing wrong to legally have a gun. I'm not one of those people, you talk about the far left, right? The people say liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to say. I'm not one of those, like that fool that was running for president out of Texas, and the Democratic Party is out of the race now. He was saying to take guns from everybody. I'm not saying that because then you're crossing the line, for people's rights. That's not okay. But I am for you need to be sure you know how to use the doggone thing. And with this law, you don't have to know how to use it. All you got to do is answer some questions. And I'm sure the questions aren't easy. You know what I'm saying? You have to know something about a gun to answer the questions. But no, I don't care. Look, robberies, whatever. It doesn't mean that you start handing them out like candy. And that's what it sounds like they're trying to do. And the only reason they're probably trying to do that, and it's been proven in this country, with all these fools in government that refuse to change the gun laws, is because of the NRAs in all these folks' pockets. For elected official in this day and age, with all the gun violence we got going on, to sit here and say he wants as many guns in people's hands as possible that can legally have them, that is nuts. That is insane. That's crazy. It's not, and I'm not saying again that there's anything wrong with having a gun. But to sit there and say something like that is stupid and it's insane.
Okay. 901-213-6020. 901-213-6020. Do you think it's okay for the state to have an online program that people can go to? The state of Tennessee, it is now legal that you can go online and get a permit to carry a handgun. And it's concealed, though. You have to conceal. You can't wear it out where it be seen, but it's concealed, but you still have a weapon. You can have it in your home, have it in your glove compartment box. You can have it in your pocket or wherever the case, but it must be hidden if you're carrying it. Do you think that's okay here in the state of Tennessee now? And some people have said you have they've had hard times getting their permit at ranges and places that you go. And a lot of people try to go and get them, and they just have a hard time getting them. But they want them, they need them, and some people try to get them because they feel they need for their family. And these are probably some people that have good backgrounds. They probably have they're probably good citizens in the community.
Oh yeah, I know.
They're afraid for their families, but it's just been difficult for them to go and pass the course or go to the course, and they make it totally difficult on people to be able to get them. And now that the state of Tennessee says, hey, crime has gotten out of control, people are afraid in their own homes, they make it difficult on the ranges to go and get your guns. So we'll make it possible for you to be able to get a weapon, but you must conceal it. It cannot be worn in the open or where people can see it. But you'll be able to have it at home, your beds or wherever, legally have your own gun and be able to protect yourself. Now, I don't think a lot of people will. I think there are a lot more people that are families and that are people that were not able to get their guns through the range and things like that. I think there are good, honest, hardworking families that don't have guns now will be able to go online and take their gun exam and get their concealed license to be able to have a gun in their presence, in their home, and learn how to use that gun, or somebody they know how to use it, that can teach them how without having to go to the range, so they can feel better when they're in their homes. If somebody busts in for whatever reason, now I have all I need to know is how to pull this trigger, and my gun is loaded, and that'll stop. Do you think that will stop people from just kicking in people's doors and running in their homes and acting a fool because they figure a lot of people don't have guns?
You know what?
Start meeting bullets coming in. A lot of these people are going to stop that crazy stuff that they're doing and jumping in on people in the middle of the night or day. Just being a fool, acting a fool, want to come in and do something. And then those people that are breaking into people's homes are people that are not legally to even carry guns. They're taking stolen guns, and that people give them to them.
Here's what I'm saying.
Call from.
Y'all already know who it is.
All right. Y'all already know who it is. Yeah.
GKP, real quick before you jump in, because I know what you're going to say. But here's my thing. Everybody already got guns. So all these fools kicking folks' doors in, you don't know if they got a gun or not. Well, so you stupid for doing that anyway.
Well,
Look,
most of those people don't.
We don't know that. There's a lot of people, especially in the state of Tennessee. People got guns everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
So
let's go to the phone line. GKP, Jay, what's going on?
Well, Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, man. What's going on with you, man? I hope. First of all,
it's 2020.
Yes. First of all, I hope your ham hocks and black eyed peas were in line and were legal.
Yeah, especially after the Cowboys.
Yeah. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
GKP, we don't do the black eyed peas, bro.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Wait, do you do the pinto beans?
No, sir. We don't do that either. Okay. We do chicken wings and fish and hot sauce. Okay. We keep it 100. Okay. We don't believe in it. We don't believe in the black eyed peas and things like that. Bro.
Wait a minute, man. You do that stuff every day the rest of the year. You can't. They say you have to do something special on New Year's Day to eat the old-fashioned way to start off the new year. I mean, you do chicken wings.
They also say what you do at the day and on the New Year, you'll be doing all year.
So
sounds like chicken and fish will be good for me all year.
There it is.
There you go.
Real quick though, listen, guys. Everybody has a point with this situation. It is something to kind of be skeptical about. So, Josh, you are exactly right. It is something to. There's room for cause for pause. When you think about the fact that people can just go online, regardless to the know-how, as the other guy that was talking in the video was saying. There are some things that, you should know and that somebody should make sure you know about weapons, before just saying, okay, you're good to walk around with it. But also, on the flip side, we have to understand that in Tennessee, that you can ride around with your weapon anyway, because it's an extension of your home. So really, weapons are everywhere, Josh, whether they're stolen, whether they're just in the cars and people breaking in cars, stealing them every day or whatever. But as Bob, as you were saying, I think what this does is it gives citizens maybe something that they can rest easy on, knowing that, hey, I went through the proper procedures. I have a, concealed carry permit. It makes me feel better if I was to get into an altercation in the streets or whatever, or even in my home. It's to be legal. It helps your case as far as, the things that come afterwards. So, hey, I think that's good from that perspective. So you both kind of got points, and they're valid as far as things that we should definitely have caution about with this new system, for sure.
Okay.
So, right.
Definitely. And I saw your point, too, with you talking about, what it was difficult for you to get your permit. Kind of talk about that.
Oh, man, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I said, first, you got to understand that if you kind of got anything going on record-wise, then it automatically raises red flags. It's almost like you kind of got to be squeaky clean, definitely no felonies. And they have a lot of different things that you have to, qualify for, especially when I did it. Then, like you said, you had to go to the class, which was 8 hours. You went 8 hours. I think we went 8 hours for a class. Then we went another 8 or something to actually shoot, or it may have been all in that 1 8-hour thing. And then the tag was, I want to say, in the range of $150 totally, $150 maybe for the class, and then that was a fee for you to, of course, get your license. So definitely a lot more than $60. So hey, and there's pros and cons to what's going on now. But the guy's statement could have been read wrong, as both of you gave, kind of pretty good explanations on what he may have meant. But what he said, he was straight. He was blatant with it, and he was forefront. He wants to harm as many people as he can. Simple as that. So, hey, it wasn't a punchline to that. He meant that. You understand? So, hey, but that's where I'm at on it. Like I said, and the people that's getting the $60 ones, just don't aim at me. Aim somewhere else, because I can't trust that you know exactly what you're doing. So it's valid what y'all just saying. But then when you look at the fact that there are guns all over the city being stolen each and every day, they're in the hands of people who definitely don't know what they're doing. When you talk about young people having them, and, so hey, it's just another way, I think, to maybe help people that are, like Bob said, that are fearful now and that work and maybe not have the time to necessarily go sit in somewhere for 8 to 16 hours or something like that, where they can just sit in the comforts of their own home and take care of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey Jay, man, that's a good point. And some of these people probably don't want to get a gun to be able to go out and have it on because it's concealed. They won't be able to show it anyway. But here's the thing: they probably just wanted to have in their glove box just in case something goes on while they're out, or they probably just wanted to have at home. Some old folks used to put it under their mattress.
Well, that's how.
And I'll give you this: even as a concealed licensed carrier, I really don't look at it as much or nothing. You know what I mean? Because if it have to go down, really, I can give a damn if I have a license or not. I'm going to defend myself. Hey, it is what it is. It's just another piece of paper that gives us that extra sense that, hey, we're doing the right thing and that we are living the right kind of life, that we can, afford to go do things like that because, hey, we're being the kind of citizens we need to be.
Now, if something go down, you got your license, somebody come in acting a fool, you blow them away while they coming through the door and, that type of thing. Now you feel good that you got a license. You don't have
definitely.
You don't have to worry about what the police is going to say.
You ain't riding dirty.
They get there.
Hey, you got your license and that weapon sitting right there on the table saying, hey, I'm here. That go down. But, hey, it does give you, I guess in a sense, an extra level of comfortability knowing that you do have a legal, license to carry your weapon.
Yeah. Hey, GKP, man, we appreciate it and everything you said, and Happy New Year to you again, and thanks for the call.
No doubt. I'll end with this.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask your listeners as well as y'all. It's 2020. What's your vision looking like? All right. What's your vision looking like? That's all I'm asking 2020. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody's vision is becoming clearer, moving forward, and they doing the things they need to do, getting priorities in line, and being responsible in 2020. You feel me? That's it. All right, guys. Y'all already know who it is.
Yes, get the vision. Hey, thanks, GKP.
Appreciate it, bro.
No doubt.
All right. Yes, sir. All right, 901-213-6020.
Yes, sir.
If you want to get in, and we missed one call. I was calling while GKPJ was calling. If you want to call back, that'll be fine. What do you think about the new gun law in the state of Tennessee?
You know what? I want to, before I get some more of these comments, there were several that were here didn't get to read yet. I want to play for you what that senator, who he reminds me of, or the representative that is, who he really reminds me of, and kind of
just give everybody guns. You know, man, this is why we do. Okay, let's play that, Josh, and you know, you all will probably know who it is, but yet, what the senator was talking about, is it the same way this guy was thinking when he said what he said? Let's take a listen to it.
Good evening, everybody. This is Bunker of 704 Houser Street, veteran of the big war, speaking on behalf of Guns for Everybody. Now, question. What was the first thing that the communists done when they took over in Russia? Answer, gun control. And there's a lot of people in this country who want to do the same thing to what they're in a kind of conspiracy, see. You take your big international bankers, they want to, masticate the people of this here nation like puppets on a wing. And then when they get that done, turn us over to the communists.
Oh, Archie, I'm glad they put you on a stool. You look taller sitting down.
Now, I want to talk about another thing that's on everybody's mind today, and that's your stick-ups and your skyjackers, which, if that was up to me, I could end the skyjackers tomorrow.
You could?
All you got to do is arm all your passengers. And then he ain't got no more superiority there. He ain't going to dare to pull out no rod. And then your airlines, then they wouldn't have to search the passengers on the ground no more. They just pass out the pistols at the beginning of the trip, and they pick them up again at the end. Case closed.
That's incredible,
classic.
Boy, just pass out pistols to everybody.
That's what he
get
sounds
on the
like.
airline, man. When everybody get on the airplane, just pass out. Here's your pistol. Here's your pistol. Just, you know, anything goes on, you know, just start shooting like that.
That's what I say. Look, first of all, I must say that's why that show can never be duplicated.
Yeah.
Ever. Now I know
there was some show tried to come on duplicate.
Well, no, it wasn't really a show. It was like I said, they were trying to, you know, redo the exact show. But you can't do it. It's impossible.
No, you can't.
But it's so perfect for my point. Because there are so many people that think just like Archie. And that, like, look, you hand out as many guns to people as possible. It is a paranoia. You cannot let crime and violence paranoid you.
Yeah.
Be careful, and you watch channel the news. I'll put it that way. The news. You know. And to be honest, there is a certain news that starts with crime as much as possible.
Oh, gosh.
You know.
And
but anyway.
By the time they finish talking about the first 10 minutes of what's going on in Memphis,
yeah,
man, you want to, if you don't have a gun, it make you want to run out and buy one.
Buy the store. The store. Get you a cannon.
Go down to the store and get a gun.
All the guns. You know what I'm saying? But you can't let yourself get paranoid. And don't be in denial either.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't
don't be in denial either, but at the same time, you want to get paranoid because then there are people that really believe, hey, give everybody guns, then it's a free-for-all, and everybody's dead. So that's what you don't.
And the other thing, too, is that some people feel, okay, you're a Christian. Why would you want to have a gun? I mean, you know.
See, those are stupid people, but go ahead.
But, I mean, you know, you're not supposed to have a gun to be able to kill. No, it's all about protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Not that you're buying the gun to kill someone. That's not for the purpose. But you're buying it to protect yourself. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And you're a Christian, but yet at the same time, you still live in a world where things go on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not out of here. You're still here as well. You can go down the street and somebody pull a gun on you or knock you in the head, whether you're a Christian or not. What are you going to do? Hold the Bible up and say, I got a Bible. You can't do this to me. People don't care anymore about They don't care about that anymore, and don't even care nothing about if you ain't got no power, you talking around talking the name of Jesus, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, you just got a book up in your hands.
You got a your hand, and so you can't. You got to use wisdom, and you have to live in the world where we live in. But at the same time, Christians don't go around waving their guns and and bragging on it and things of that nature. You just live your life, and if you got a gun at home, somebody breaks in, hey, I'm gonna shoot you first, and then I'm gonna try to pray you through. That's right. And if you don't make it, hey, you came in on a home, you didn't know it was a Christian. Hey, I had to protect my family. That's a part of the thing of protecting you and your family. That's still a part of it. Amen. All right. We have one time, I guess, Josh, for one more phone call before we get out of here today. 901-213-6020. And do you think they made it too easy to get guns in the state of Tennessee, or you think it's necessary? Because as we had one caller and one listener said, it is so difficult to go down and get a permit at the gun range here in Memphis. And why do they make it that way? Go ahead, John.
Okay, I want these comments here because I didn't earlier. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Jet says just charge more money and forget the class, because if this is what they're really doing, that's all it's really about, money.
Yeah.
He also says, so just end the farce of safety training. GKP says, I already got mine, so I don't think anything about it. Just don't aim at me, which we saw some of this earlier. Greg said, as many guns as possible, huh? Sounds like somebody wants to start a militia. Then Jay, which he talked about on the phone. Exactly, Bob. It was not easy obtaining my concealed carry license, and it costs a lot more than $60.
Yeah.
So.
Call from
James.
James, welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. Good morning on a Monday.
Yeah. What's up with you? But check this out, though.
Yes, sir.
Look, I hope people know you got to know what you're doing when you get that gun, because that gun can send you up.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you squeeze that trigger, are you mad at somebody? If you get in an argument with some family or something, you really got to know what you're doing if you're going to have that gun. Now, I can understand you got the gun at the house. Somebody kicked the door in. You want to defend yourself, your family and stuff. That makes sense. Even if you just pop off in the air just at the house, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to understand, man, when you had that weapon, it messes with you. And it makes you bold. You're walking around with your gun in your waist. You're at Walmart. It's tucked. You got your conceal and carry. Somebody say something to you sideways, you probably would walk away or ignore them. But you got that gun on you, so it makes you a little bit more bolder.
Yeah.
That's true.
And I agree with that, James. That's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up. But that's why we need to talk about this, is so that people will understand, hey, just because you have a concealed weapon or a gun on you now, will you be able to take more with that gun in your possession? And so it's not that.
And this ain't Marshall Dillon, and
right. It's not like you walking around
Wild West,
on
yeah.
Gunsmoke or something. You've got to be able to control yourself with your gun, as well as the same way as you don't have a gun, and be able to handle the situation in life and what people say to you. Some people, like you said, James, I believe it. I really, really believe that they would not take certain things from people if they had a gun on them. They would not react the same, and that's a shame. But we need to teach this to people, and people need to know, hey, if you're taking stuff and it's not causing harm to you or your family, if somebody said something to you didn't like, that's not the reason to pull out a gun and shoot someone. You could go to jail. You're no good for anybody else anymore. Being in jail, you walking with your family, you're shopping, and then somebody say something to you, you're going to pull out the gun and shoot someone, possibly kill them. Your family is no longer any good without you now. It doesn't make any sense.
You're right, and they could be like, you could be at Walmart, and they don't have to say nothing. You could be walking to your car.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy's walking too close. You don't know why. Maybe he's trying to get to his car, but he's too close. I'm telling you, man, you have that piece on you. It's going to change the way you look at the world. You got that piece on you, and he's too close. You might pull it out, you know what I'm saying, and shoot him. And then you're going to be whining, talking about you need to let me go. You know, I made a mistake. They're not going to let you go. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize you got to be careful when you own that thing, man, because it can ruin your life, too. So you have to think about it. Maybe, hey, so what? They came in, or they stole your car, like the little 12-year-old guy. So he stole your car. Okay, you will deal with that. But shooting up the back of the car, trying to blow him up as he's driving away, you don't have the right to do that. That's what I'm saying. Now you got to deal with the courts. And now you got a manslaughter charge. Okay, we're still okay, but you got to understand, you got to be careful with them. I'm saying that's what I mean. You have to be a responsible gun owner, and that congressman or that senator or whatever he is, that state senator, he doesn't realize. I mean, he knows what he's doing, but he's going to cost a lot of people their freedom.
I promise.
Because a lot of people going to get them guns, and they're going to break the law trying to use it.
Look, that's what I'm saying. People say legally. Look, it doesn't matter if you legally have a gun. You can still be a legal fool. Plenty of legal fools out here killing folks for stupid reasons. Because you're mad at somebody.
It's like the police. Like, you can't, you can get mad.
It's stupid police. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can get mad, and somebody could steal your wallet. Somebody could walk behind you and pick your pocket. And you hit your pocket. You be like, yo, that boy got my phone. That dude got my phone. You got that piece on you, right?
And start shooting.
Yeah, you don't have a right to kill him, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you want your phone, you want your wallet.
Yeah.
You want to confront him, but you can't kill him. You walk around there with that gun, and you ain't trying to kill him. You pull a gun out, and you kill him. Now you got to deal with the courts. That's what I'm saying. They got to understand. Now you got to deal. You hoping you can find a sympathetic jury or sympathetic court, but look at what you got to go through. It's not worth it. Let them have the fucking. Let them have the phone.
Hey,
let them have the phone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, realize, guys, when you come on here, be careful about what you're saying. Now we don't indulge in that. So really respect us when you come on. We appreciate that.
I apologize to you, man. I'm just saying, let them have the phone, let them have the wallet. But I got you.
I understand what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying, man.
And I think honestly, that it's good points because that's really something people don't talk about when we talk about whether we can or can't get guns.
Yeah.
But once you get it, you gotta have the right mindset. So,
and then when you talk about black men, I'm a black man. You guys are black men. Mm-hmm. You talking about dealing with the police, and you got a gun, and you know how they are.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're right.
Exactly.
You're right about that. More difficult, James. We appreciate the call, man. The call,
right,
good stuff. All right. And Josh, that's gonna do it. Today, you have any last comments that came in here?
Yeah, there's a few here. Man, I meant to ask James. As Jed said, is James eating hog maws?
I don't think so. No, I'll tell you that. I don't think so.
Early in the morning eating hog maws.
I don't care if it's late in the day. I don't think James is going to eat no hog maws.
That's true.
No.
Jay says, truth. Jed says, I'm going to start bootleg firearm training on the side and charge people to take the test for them. To take the test for him. Jay says, don't get too close because you might get shot. Jet says, I really don't think everybody can.
You missed one, didn't you?
What do you see?
Sharon?
No, that just says watching. Yes.
Oh, it's watching. Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Jet says, I really don't think everybody carrying will reduce crime. It'll only make criminals more violent. Mm-hmm. That's a thought. And Jay says, triple stick style, break the law, break the law. So there it is.
Sharon Frazier is watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate and listening as well to the show. Hey, but that's going to do it for us. We're out of time today, and we're on from 8 to 10, Monday through Thursday, and we'll be having programming changing in the mornings. All of our programming will be moved to the mornings, and here probably tomorrow. And so you'll be able to tune into the other programming coming on as well. Community talk. You'll probably have a Bible answer question session. You'll have a sports show and all that other.
And we'll let you know for sure.
For sure, all those things.
What's coming?
What's coming?
Yeah.
But those are
And
some of
when.
the things that are coming, and we want to aware you that. But hey, it's been a pleasure to be on with you today. It is now 10:01, 1 minute past the hour, 10 o'clock Central Time. Very pleasant. Good morning to you on a Monday morning, and thanks for joining us. Our first day back after the New Year and Christmas holiday season, and hope the rest of the year is great to you. And we'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. Have a wonderful day today, and be careful out there today on the roadways. And I don't know how warm it is today, but start your day on the 42 degrees. Mostly sunny skies for the day. I think it's going to be mid-50s. But we'll be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or a mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.